Curling Club. Doug Britton along with Kyle Rose, ready to bring you tonight's game. Jim Lutnan has the night off. We've got the Jed Lahti rink against the Corey Dropkin rink tonight. And the opening rock is underway from Mike Stingle, curling lead for Corey Dropkin. Corey Dropkin is out in New Jersey, U.S. Championships. So we'll see what happens tonight. Dropkin comes in with 14 points, and Lahti comes in with 10. So could be a good game. What do you think, Kyle?
I think anyone's got it since a lot of the skips are out today. So we'll see what happens.
Both Corey, as I mentioned, is gone, and Jed Lahti's gone. All right, opening rock from Steve Henry here. It's like a takeout attempt. Looks like he's got it. So, no rocks up front, so not quite as interesting for us here. Another takeout attempt from Mike Stingle. Is he gonna stick around? He's gonna roll to the left, it looks like, but yeah, he'll stick. So Steve Henry ready to throw his second rock. He'll be throwing 3 tonight with only a 3-man team. That's a little bit wide. Is it going to come back enough? I don't think it will. It's going to buzz on by. Bringing up Nate Lehman. Counting 1 without the hammer. Looks like it might be a tad heavy. Does he catch it? No, he's by his own. Just a little bit warm. So Steve Henry will get another crack at taking out that yellow rock. Scott Walker, holding the broom for the Dropkin team here, is giving him the opposite broom, giving him the out turn instead of the in turn, which he threw on his previous rock. He might be wide again. Oops, he threw the wrong turn here. Nate looking to take something off, a little heavy on his first rock, much less weight on this one. Looking to split the house here. Very nice. Brings up Aaron Nelson. Looks like the call was a takeout on the left-leaning rock and a roll over back on the other, behind the other one. He's got a good chance at it here. Is it going to roll too much, though? Yep. Matt Mellon is now asking for a guard out in front of that counting yellow rock. Looks like a pretty good rock, huh, Kyle?
Yeah, really good guard. Exactly what they wanted, too.
All right, our correspondent Dale Tarrant is keeping an eye on Corey Dropkin's game out in New Rutherford, New Jersey in the Nationals, so he'll give us updates on how he's doing. That's great. I like the way this game is moving. The guys are stepping into that hack and ready to throw right away.
They're moving really fast. Much faster than normal curlers, I can tell you that.
Mm-hmm. Rob threw a super guard on his first rock. This one looks like pretty good too.
Yeah.
He was able to do it twice. Same shot twice. Perfect. All right, Aaron Nelson now trying to get back in there. In turn draw. Is he going to get by that guard? No. He's going to catch that yellow guard, and he's going to sit there as a guard himself. He did open it up. That portal is open now to that counting yellow rock. We're into Skip's rocks now, and I'm guessing Matt Mellon will want to try and plug that up. Or come into the house, split them apart maybe. Important early game rock for Matt Mellon here. Is it gonna come? Yes. Yeah, might have over curled on him. He still left that open, although it's that portal's a little narrower.
It's narrow, but it's still there. But even if he did do that shot, I don't think that's the shot to do, though. I think it might be better to just to limit the damage. Although it'd be really hard to do that now. There's so many guards up front.
Yeah. I think he's going to go for it and hope to roll behind cover, maybe to the right. I don't think he can get enough to roll to the left. So, and he's got, yellow's got two counting, maybe three. Looks like maybe three. So, an important shot now for Scott Walker. he's got to get past that first red rock. He's past it. He's going to get the first one, but not the second. But that...
If that yellow one were in, it's not counting right now. So it's
just one. He limited the damage, like you said, Kyle. He was trying to knock out that counting yellow rock, but wasn't all bad. Matt Mellon with his final rock here in our first end. Well, did that leave an opening? Man, it's tight. There might be half a rock showing.
I definitely see half a rock.
So I think that's worth going after. If you miss, you give up one, steal of one. If you make it and stay,
That's two.
you get two. So I think it's a gamble worth trying. All right, Scott Walker now ready with our final rock in the first end. Pretty good from here. Looks like it's coming the way it should. Is it going to come enough? Yes, he's going to get it. Nice shot from Scott Walker. Did he get it? Did he? Yes. So red scores one. The Walker, that is the Lahti team, scores one. Make it a 1-0 game after one end. Good shot from Scott there. All right, moving on to end number 2. Stepping into the hack is Steve Henry. Be a tad hot. Gonna catch something here? Is it gonna go out? Yeah, I think it will pull up. I think Scott's going to ignore that yellow rock and try and get that center guard set up. Without the hammer, I think that's a smart move. Well, I might be sweeping this rock, or maybe they're not even going to make it. Did it catch something, or? Yeah, it looks like they're working the ice down there.
Looked good when he came out of the hack.
I thought so too.
Wow.
All of a sudden, it just pulled up. Nice go at it. That's just about exactly where Matt Mellon was asking that rock to be. You know, did Steve put a little extra on this now, having had one pull up?
Seems like it.
Huh? Looks pretty good.
It's looking good regardless. Maybe it's a new line. They don't want to take that risk on that line again.
Nate Lehman can take out that top red rock. This line looks good. He's going to roll off to his own on the wall side. Going to knock his own. Ah, no, both of them stay. Wow, that could be important.
Wow.
I bet he couldn't do that again.
As long as they can remove all the reds, those two biters will come in handy.
You got to get over there, I think, and that Scott's going over there, isn't he? Trying to tuck one behind that corner guard.
That's what I would do. Make it as hard for those two biters to come into play.
Aaron Nelson jumping up after delivering the rock to help sweep. That's a disadvantage with only a three-man team, is the sweeping side of it. I think it's an advantage for delivering rocks.
There's definitely trade-offs with a three-man team. But I quite like the format, even if it's not a normal league thing. I quite like it.
You like playing three?
I like playing three.
Well, you're young. Oh, is he going to get by? Is he going to miss it? Well, he's not going to miss it, but his shooter rolls out. All right, Aaron's got another chance to tuck one back there.
If they can get it just a little more tucked, it'll be perfect.
Boy, I don't know that he's got the weight to get there this time, does he? I don't think so.
Seems lighter with
That
all
means-
three of them.
That means the red rock's going to be gone, I would think. But there's more of a wall set up if you could tuck in underneath it.
The hard part's just getting it fully tucked in over there.
That is hard, yep. All right, Rob Anderson with the takeout. He'd like to sit right there, I think. And he does.
We have a message from our friend in the chat saying Dunham makes a beautiful Rays takeout and scores a 4 in the first end. Corey is going to have some trouble with that tonight.
He'll come back.
I'm sure he will. I saw his game during the Olympic tryouts, and he played quite the game way back when.
Well, I got it, but it rolled out, so that's... They needed to stick around. When Corey Dropkin first moved to Duluth to go to school, just like you, Kyle, he came from Massachusetts. I can't remember the town, but when he played in this league and we had his games on the webcast, he had there was someone from his home club back in Massachusetts that would chat with us along the way.
Wow.
So I'm sure they're out there rooting for Corey tonight and this week.
I know I would for sure if I personally knew someone going to the Olympics.
Yep. Of course, this is a stepping stone to the Olympics. It's not an Olympic year, but you win this weekend and you win the national championship, and you've got a berth in the Olympic playdowns next year. So it's important. All right, what's Scott going to come up with here? There's a good shot. Boy, they've got two hanging on the outside there from that great Nate Lehman shot earlier in the end, and bit of a problem here for Scott Walker. Draw behind, it looks like. You'd love to squeeze. Oh man, when you look at the overhead, it doesn't look possible. Between the red and yellow rocks out front and tuck it in.
Oh, that would be beautiful. But it's so risky to do that. If you're too narrow, you bump them in. If you're too wide, you bump them in.
Yep. So he's going for the open draw. Open out-turn draw. That looks wide and heavy to me.
For sure, yeah. If it sticks in, they'll probably be able to hit it no matter what.
Does not stick in, so we're still sitting with two yellow rocks hanging on the edges. Counts just as much as two on the button.
Problem is, red can't get to those two biters over there. They're out in the twilight zone, so to speak.
Yes, they are. I mean, I think Scott took a look at that. Can I get to those? And I think he decided the same thing you did. Can't get there. Too risky. All right, Matt Mellon, this is his first rock. He's in an enviable position this end. He doesn't want to come into the house too far, though, and give something for Scott to hit and roll behind.
That'd probably be the worst thing they can do at this point. But
Yep.
if they put it high,
High is good. High in the 12-foot would be perfect. Might be a little heavy, but if he tucks it, he's great, too. It's tucked. Pretty tough to get to that rock. Scott Walker's going to have to shoot against 3. Well, it's you look at the overhead and it looks pretty tough, but when I look in real time out there, I think he can get to it if he wants.
it's definitely a tricky situation.
Yeah, I mean, if his shooter doesn't, well, he could potentially give up 4 here. With that broom, is he trying a draw? He could come to that top rock and eliminate the 2 on the outside if he were to freeze to the yellow rock at the top of the 8-foot. Not sure what he's trying, though. Well, it's on its way. Ooh, that looks wide and heavy, too. Don't be through the house here. Make them have to do something. It's
Slowing down a little bit, but I don't think it'll be enough.
definitely going to be in the open. Well, it's partially buried behind that top yellow rock. I don't think it's not an open takeout. Matt's going to give it a try, though, see if he can knock it out and stay.
If he hits it, that's a whopping 4 points for him.
If he hits it and stays.
That's the big problem, is staying.
Yeah, if he throws it too hard, I think, and with that, he can't hit the full rock. He can't nose it. And if it's too much weight, and that's not much broom, the potential for the shooter rolling out of the house is strong. All right, let's see what happens. It's a good-looking shot. He's got the red one out of there, but he's going to roll out and score 3.
3 is still a respectable amount.
That's a great score early in the game. 3-1 after 2 ends. Dropkin over Lahti. Of course, it's the Dropkin-less team and the Lahti-less team, too, but that's where we are. All right, moving on to end number 3. Mike Stengel to start us off. Gonna cross over the center line. Set up a corner guard for the Dropkin team. Boys are got the case of the heavies tonight.
It's the worst thing in the world to do.
Well, so is the lights, but I guess the lights can still be in play.
You can still sweep light stones, but with heavy ones, can't really do a whole lot as a sweeper.
Mike Stingle's second shot. He's trying to tuck around behind his own. Nope, he's going to be into his own. But he's got two nice corner guards up now. Not that he wants them without the hammer, but now this looks like a good rock from Steve Henry here. I think he's around that guard. Is he going to settle in there now? Is he going to be a little heavy again?
Still hanging in on that line, so that's going to be really good for them, nice and tucked like that.
You can catch it with the out turn, I think, but if they want to. But in the back, they'll leave it. They'll try and come to. Nate Lehman. Or is he taking the guard out? Is that what he changed? No, what's he doing here? He is. He's taking the guard. Without the hammer, I would think he'd want stuff up, but maybe not. All right, Steve Henry needs to tuck this one behind that corner guard and sit two. I think that's going to be into the guard. Oh, maybe not. It's close. He's by. Now can it settle down? It's got to have two in there. They got to be sitting two. Yes.
It's still in.
All right, now they got something going. Those rocks are in the back of the house, which isn't where you want to see them. But at least they're in there. All right. I like the call from Scott Walker. He wants to come up in front of that yellow rock. Or did he change it? I think he changed it. He's going to go behind. Well, I like the other call better. I like having those. I like having the cow split.
I think a split's what you want right now, since it looks like the red is outscoring the yellow right now.
Yeah, the red is. I would guess. I would think so. So, But Scott's calling for that. Wants to tuck one behind. I'd just be concerned about setting up a double.
And as we all know from bowling, doing one of those splits is really hard to do.
Not what they wanted.
I think that still works out for them, though. The guard was bumped over to cover the red more.
It was. It makes that take out of that red rock a lot harder. Not that they're real concerned about it at this point. It's in the back of the house. Maybe they are concerned about it. Matt's thinking about it. No. Draw behind the center. It didn't curl much, did it? A little bit, but not as much as they wanted. I think Aaron's going to get a shot at that rock.
The best possible shot would be you take out that yellow and roll right behind that center guard.
Either that would be good. I don't think he can do that. I don't think there's enough room on the
It's going to be really
right
tight,
side.
though.
But how about hitting that yellow rock and rolling back across next to the outside yellow rock?
Oh, if you could roll to sit right on top of that, that would be incredible.
If there's enough weight, he doesn't have enough weight. It's curling across. He's going to hit his own. But that's okay. It's going to open it up maybe, and it might push his own into the house. He does.
Certainly does.
So red is now 2 and 3, but unfortunately for them, yellow is 1. All right, looking for a takeout here from Rob Anderson. Now here he'd love to roll toward the center and cover his number 1 rock.
For sure.
He's inside that. I think he's going to roll too much to the right. But he splits them off, so they're 2 counting yellow rocks in the 4-foot. Nothing wrong with that.
It's going to be really tricky to really play with the takeouts on those. Because no matter what, it's going to be left in the open unless they can figure out how to roll just over the back 4 yellow.
Possibility here, though, Aaron Nelson to whack the... Oh, he's going for the other one. I thought he was going for the top one. Ooh,
Oh.
Did you see that, Kyle? Not bad. Almost a double. Took his own out in the back and left his yellow rock as the number 2 counter, but still, good shot.
Depending on how the rest of this plays out, they might end up blanking here. Not too many stones left in play, and there's not many left.
True, we're into Skip's rocks now. Matt Mellon's first rock. Going to sail out. His shooter's going out. But he's sitting with the only rock in the house. Scott's got to make one, and I suppose sit right there. And you're right. Maybe the blank comes into play. First, Scott's got to make this, though.
Of course, if he misses this, that could spell the end for the blank strategy, I guess.
He's not taking it out. He's going to come to it. That's a tougher shot, I think. Boy, this has got to be spot on. It's coming. It's coming. It looks pretty good right now. Great shot from Scott Walker. Is it going to go out? Not quite. But it's a good shot from Scott.
It seems like they're going to do a takeout.
Well, I think that's right. They want to take out. They'd love to stick around, but even if their shooter goes out, they've still got that one hanging on the back, so that forces
There's just
Scott.
not a lot of distance between that red and yellow, though.
No.
They got to be really careful.
He's got it. Nice play. Open draw for Scott. He's forced into the draw. No blank in play. Oh, there is. Maybe if he hit... Man, they got to keep on that. Two sweepers here would help. He's got it. He's going to take it out and roll out for the blank.
Very good.
Well done, Scott Walker. Two great shots there in that end for Scott. So he keeps the hammer, and we move on to the fourth end. Opening rock from Mike Stingle.
Looks like a solid guard in the making.
Nice rock, yeah. Steve Henry's been a little heavy tonight. Let's see if he can throttle down a bit here. And
seems like it's less.
definitely. Nice rock. Nice rock from Steve. Boy, that rock is curling. Wow, curled right past it. That started on the outside of that rock and had good weight, but still, with that curl off the wall, it flagged it.
Yep.
So early advantage to Scott Walker here. Up, split the house, I think. He's asking, what should we do? I think you want to split the house. He's got the hammer.
Looks just like the last one, but
It's
might...
curling into that guard. He's going to be into the guard. He didn't want to hit that. Well, he can just, if he gets by on the other side, that's okay. Well, I don't think he wanted a guard up front. Now Nate Lehman's got a crack at this takeout and roll behind, and now there's two rocks up front to cover it. No roll. Wow, he missed it on the other side. Man, Matt's got to be scratching his head. Where do I put that broom? Scott's giving him a lot more broom now, having seen the last rock curl right across the center line. He's going to sail one through. It curled too much on him the first time, so he picked up his weight. That's not what they needed. So Matt's got a third crack at this open red rock. I can't imagine they won't hit this right in the nose after sailing by on the left and the right. This might be wide too.
Wow.
Guys, that red rock is...
It must be a Jedi just using the Force to just push those rocks away.
Apparently. Wow. All right, let's see if Aaron can get this weight right and tuck one behind those two guards. Line's looking good. They're sweeping hard. They're past the guards, I believe.
Think they got just what they wanted.
Did they get by? Yes, they did. Nice rock from Aaron Nelson. Now this is a much harder shot. They'll probably make this one having missed the open takeout 3 times. He wants a hit to roll over on top of that red rock. See what happens. Got Rob Anderson up now. Got it. Got it this time. So what's Scott going to do here? Is he going to mess around with that yellow rock that in an area where no one could hit? No. He's going to the other side and draw behind. I like this.
Yeah, I'm a much bigger fan of this. That yellow's so far out and you've already got a stone scoring.
Not going to curl as much toward the wall here. But it still curls. Is he on his own? Tap it back? Yes. Oh, but all the way out. That's too bad.
Oh, that line was so good.
Yep. Well, he should have a feel for it for next time. See what Matt can do now coming into that red rock. Trying to run back, or is he? Yeah, he was, but he's not going to get that. He's going to kiss off his own guard but open her up. What does Scott do? I like coming in and tapping your own back a little bit. Yep, and getting a little split. Yep. Like that call a lot.
For sure.
Essentially the shot that Aaron threw with his first rock in this end. The line is looking good. Just keep the sweep on. Don't let it curl too much. I think he's got a good rock, good shot here. Well, didn't split off, but got the effect. Got 2 counting red rocks. Pretty well buried. All right, Skip's first rocks here in our 4th end. Possible double there, if he can hit it just right. That'd be a dagger.
For sure. All that time spent up trying to get this position just to be removed with 1 rock.
We'll see if Matt can do it. I don't think he's... I think he's going to get too much of that top red rock. But, oh no, he's got... All right, he removed one. 2 yellows in play. Oh, I don't like going after those. I like putting one in behind those guards, don't you? Or do you? Maybe you. Aaron is saying, why don't we draw behind? If you could come behind right up at the 12-foot, sit 2.
I think that's what they got to do.
I think that's the play. Dale is now reporting that Corey has come back with taking 2 in the second and a steal in the third. So it's a 4-3 game out in the Nationals. A little less exciting here, but nevertheless a good game.
It's a very interesting game here.
Let's see if Scott Walker can tuck one. Actually, he'd like to be... Well, he doesn't want to be too deep here.
As long as you're out counting those 2 yellows, I think that's perfectly fine.
You know, I think it's even acceptable if he leaves one up front. You know, guarding that red rock. I'd rather see him out counting him, but and he'd rather see him out counting him, but here it comes. Heavy?
Seems like it.
Oh, it's going to set up. Well, it's going to tuck a little bit, but it's going to set up a double. Maybe not. They're frozen, aren't they?
Seems like it.
They're welded together there, so that's going to change things for Matt. Is he going to come in try and freeze in on top of him? I think. Needs to make this shot perfectly, or it's going to give Scott a chance to take 3. Boy, this is hanging out there. It's hanging out there. I think it's going to be in the open, Kyle.
It's definitely going past those 2 reds. Oh, maybe not. It's still sitting out there, though.
It's sitting out there, so there's an open tap back for 3. He's got with that broom. Remember where the broom was for on Matt Mellon's last rock? The broom was out there past the outside yellow rock. Now you're throwing draw weight. Scott's throwing takeout. But he's got to have enough on it, or it's going to over curl on him. Big shot for Scott Walker here. His weight, I think, looks pretty good. Although that rock is coming. It's coming. They got to sweep it hard. They only have one sweeper. It's going to hurt him. He's into his own. Oh, he crashes. Oh, that's too bad. I think it's going to be a steal of one. Well, I'm not sure. It might be one for Walker. Not sure who scored there, Kyle. Are you?
I have a feeling that it was yellow.
It was yellow. They're out there throwing the first rocks. Boy, a good opportunity there. I was a little concerned with that because of the way it curls away from the wall. So, we've got a 4-1 game after 4 ends. Nice corner guard from Mike Stingle. Good for the takeout here. Looks good.
Looks like a nose hit.
Pretty much. Scott's going to ignore that rock and try and tuck one behind the corner guard.
I think that's all right.
I like that.
You have two options. You either try the hit and roll, but that Yellowstone's pretty high up, or you just try to draw in, which I think is much easier at this point.
It's close. It's close. Is he by the guard? I don't think he's by it.
Nope, he's gonna run into it if they keep going at it.
See if Nate can tuck one behind that yellow guard.
Definitely
Heavy?
seems that way.
Nice rock. A little deeper, maybe by 2 feet, 3 feet than they would have liked, but that's a good rock. And it is tucked. You can't see much of that rock at all. Oh, they gotta get this in the house, but he's not gonna have the weight, is he?
Seems like
Oh,
the
man.
stone might have lost its handle.
Again? Oh man, that's not in a good position for red.
It was looking really good earlier, but
Yeah, I thought the line was excellent. Guessing Nate's just trying to put one up at the top of the 12-foot, maybe? No, that's not what they're trying to go red to yellow and pop it in. That's
Yeah.
what he's doing. Oh, nice.
wow.
Very nice shot. So red sits 3 now. And 3 in pretty good position.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky for red to come in. The best thing they might have right here, maybe try to draw in coming through this side, on the left side, sitting on the back yellow, but it's going to be a tricky shot.
It looks easier on the overhead than it does in real life. That's what he's going to try and do. But man, 3/4 of that, I mean, all of that rock is hidden, the counting yellow. All of it's buried. I got to get lucky here with a tip off the edge of that. No, they're not going to get that. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, that's a nice rock. It's open, but if Matt goes for it, there's a possibility of jamming on his yellow rock.
And they are going for it.
Doesn't surprise me. He's up 3. 5th end. He's hanging out there. This could jam. This could very well jam if it doesn't move more. Oh, he gets it by. He sneaks it by. Good shot. Good sweep. Good call. The road gets tougher for Scott Walker here. See what Aaron can do. Needs to hit that yellow rock and roll back behind cover. Looking good. Gets a bit of a roll, but, well, half of it's hidden. Rob makes this one. They're going to be sitting with 5 in the house.
It's a large amount of stones to be in the house.
No, I think he's in a guard this time. Yep. Close, but... What do you do if you're Scott? You're down 3. You're throwing... There's 3 yellow rocks in the house. You're counting. Do you throw a guard?
I think the plan would be to get rid of that yellow up at
Top
the
yellow?
Yeah, the top yellow.
Boy, ideal would be to get rid of that top yellow and roll over and guard your counter. But he really needs points.
If you make the roll, that's great. But if you don't, then you still clear it up to their scoring yellow.
I think he's just going to throw a guard here. He's a little heavy for the guard. Or if he can come to that back one, he would be good. But he doesn't. He leaves it 3/4 in the open. Is there a double? There's a double there too, Kyle. If Matt can hit right between those two rocks, I think both red rocks go.
Definitely going to be an issue for red team.
They needed that last rock to be either a little bit deeper up against the yellow rock on the back 4-foot or lighter, 6 feet lighter, up front guarding.
Absolutely.
He's got him.
What a double.
Yep, that was a dandy. Okay, sitting 3. Looking for a steal of 3 here. He just stole one in the last end. Well, I think I like. What do I like here?
There is a Hail Mary play they can try to do with that red guard on the left side. Try to bring that in.
Yeah, they can draw to that back one too, but that's only going to get him 1. I mean, how does he get 2 out of this? He's got to get more than 1, see? I don't think he can get that back yellow one out. He can draw to it. I think that's what he's looking at. That's what Aaron's saying. Let's come to that. Boy, with that broom, he's throwing. Well, unless he's. I'm not sure what he's doing. Is he going to try and hit the top one like you were saying, Kyle? I think that might be it. It's a possible double there if he can drive it back.
It's a pretty tall double, though. But if they did it, that would be amazing for them.
It'd be great. Or is he drawing to the other side? That's a draw weight. He's drawing to the other side. He's not trying that double. They got to get past. They got to get past that top yellow guard. They're not. He's not going to. Now that's where they needed that rock 2 shots ago.
Better late than never, I guess.
Open takeout for. You know what Scott did there with that, though? He opened up the front. He's going to have an open draw for a point here, I think. Well, maybe not. If Matt hits that red rock and sits right there, he'll still have an open draw. But only for 1. He's going to get a bit of a roll. I don't think he wanted to roll. Well, maybe he did. They are spread nicely. I mean, you can't hit that top red rock. That scores nothing. You've got to come. And how do you do that?
It might be because we're in the booth here, but it seems like there might be a line that exists to hit that back yellow.
No, I don't see it in live. I think there's a red rock sitting out here.
Yeah, that's
we
the
don't
problem.
see on the overhead. That's there. You can see it there. That's what blocks things. So he's in a tough position here. He has to draw against 4. What's he going to try? Which way is he coming? He's going to try and hit, I think, the outside rock on the outside yellow on the right side as we look at it. Left side, right side as we look at it. If he can hit that and roll back to the middle, he's golden. Uh-oh. He didn't like it. It wasn't what he was trying at all. Is it going to get through? Is he going to get a piece of it? He is. He's going to cut him down. They're going to, but it's going to be a steal of 2. 2, 3. I can't tell. At least. That's too bad. Not sure what he was trying there. I could see the hit and roll off the one on the right, but not sure what that was. He didn't like it after it was released it. Steal of 1, so he cut him down nicely. So it worked out for Scott.
Pretty good cut down for them, yeah.
Opening center guard. He's coming in to the top of the 4-foot. Nice rock. Come to it. I think that's what he wants.
Looks like a solid hit and roll position for yellow here.
You even just hit it. Just get it out of there. They have to hide rocks. They have to either be on top of yellow rocks or in front of the house here to start with. They can't just be out in the open or Matt's going to just whack them out. Just like this. Ooh, he's going to a takeout. I'm not sure that's the way to score here. He makes the takeout. They're just going to take him out. I like coming to that rock, trying to set something up, but we'll see what happens. No way, he goes right between them clean.
Oh.
Do that 9 more times and I bet you can't do it. Wow. Not a good omen for the end. Nate's not coming through there too, is he? What's the deal there? He's through that gap too. But he's a little lighter, so
Just being a little lighter made the difference for that.
it did. I'm not sure that's where he wants to be, but still, wow. I can't believe two people got through there. Nice shot. Nate wants that hit and roll. Now he's got a chance at it. Yeah, he's going to hang in there and just going to nose it, I think. See if Aaron can get this hit and roll to the middle. The line is looking good for that. Ooh, too much. Got the roll, but didn't get enough of the rock. Matt want this one right up in line with the other two? I think he does. Just biting the 12-foot.
Seems like he's going to get exactly that.
He is indeed. Uh-oh. This one might flag everything. Not coming up roses this end for Scott.
It's really not looking good for red right now.
Nope.
And yellow is sitting 3 in the house now.
and guarding the 2-foot pretty well. The only way he can get in is on the other side, but he's not going for that. Oh, wow, he's trying to come through that narrow portal. When they try and do it, they won't be able to do it. When they weren't trying to do it, they could get through a portal like that earlier in the end. This looks like it could be a real good rock from there in Nelson. Real good. Nice.
Just about get it through the portal, and they're sitting between some of their yellows.
Now, Scott can come down and hit that top yellow guard, the center guard, and maybe advance his own in, take out the yellow counter. See what happens. Matt's going to try and mess that up by taking away the angles. Looking at that, talking with Rob Anderson. I think that's what he's going to try and do. He's going to try and squeeze in a yellow one somehow up against the red rock. Take that nice play away. Boy, looks like a good rock from Matt, doesn't it? He's gonna take that away. Well, he didn't take it away. You can still smack that top yellow rock, drive it back your red one. Well, I'd be doing that right now. Still looking at it. The other possibility is come down and if you could hit outside the yellow rock at the outside just in the 12-foot on the left, come off that onto the other yellow rock, you might be able to get 3 here. Is he trying that? I think that's what he might be trying. So we're going to see some pretty good weight here. This is kind of a Hail Mary.
Right now what they need is a Hail Mary, though, and they need to hit it just right.
He's a little outside that broom, I think. Although it's coming. This is coming. He's got a chance at it. It's coming the way it needs to, but it's going to be through. It's not going to be enough. Well, did some damage.
Right now, yellow's just sitting one with an exposed stone.
Yep, and yep. It's a good shot from Scott. It worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it's exactly what they needed.
Boys are working that rock pretty well. Trying to tuck it back behind into the 4-foot, into the 1-foot. It's open.
They're both open, but it's not going to be easy.
Move. Yeah, I think the rock on the right is the one to go for. Yep. He's got to hit and roll over to the middle. Final rock in end number 6 is on the way. It's got to move a bit here. It's hanging outside. He's going to get it, but will he get the roll? No. It's going to be a steal of 1 again for Matt Mellon. And I think that's going to wrap it up. They're shaking hands out there. It's a good contest. Not good enough. It wasn't close enough, but it was a good one.
Yeah,
there were
very
good shots made by both teams.
interesting game with interesting positions.
Yeah. Matt Mellon's team made some real nice shots. So Corey Dropkin wins and moves to 16 points in the standings. He's not doing quite as well out in the Nationals tonight. Down 6-3 after 4 ends. John Schuster, 7-3. He stole one in the 5th, so 7-3 after 5 ends. John Schuster's up 4-2. Our game, Dropkin wins, skipped by Matt Mellon. Over Jed Lottie's team, skipped by Scott Walker. So that's about going to wrap it up for tonight, huh, Kyle? Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right, well, we'll be back again next Tuesday night, 6 o'clock, live from the Duluth Curling Club. We will talk to you then. Good night.